Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are around the world watching this. It can only mean one thing, that you had the displeasure or pleasure, depending on if you like chemistry, of having to take Organic Chemistry 8B. I'm sure you've heard many, many things about Organic Chemistry 8B. Maybe some people might say that it's one of the harder courses. People might say it's all memorization, that it's pretty easy or whatnot. But regardless, the fact stands that you have to take it. Hopefully you're not too beat up from Organic Chemistry 8A. At the time of recording this, the professors that are teaching 8A are Hooley, Castleman, and hopefully they prepared you well. But if not, if you feel like you're not prepared at all, do not worry, because this is going to be the first of many videos that are going to be explaining, reviewing Organic Chemistry 8A and talking about a lot of the material it's going to be covering in this course. Now, we decided to start this series of videos because we noticed that during the fall, or not the fall, the winter of 2024, that quarter, there were a lot of students who were taking physics, taking a lot of other very heavy classes. I'm sure that is no exception for all of you. We want to make sure that there is a resource for all of you to use, just in case you need some extra review here and there. But this is actually going to be a pretty chill introductory video, and I forgot to introduce myself. Please mind my manners. My name is Ryan Lowe. At the time of recording this, I'm going into my 4th year as a bio major. There's a very high chance that you're probably watching this when I'm long gone out of UCR. And if that's the case, then feel free to reach out to me. I'll probably leave my email, both UCR and my other non-UCR affiliated professional email as well, if you have any questions. So how do you do well in Chem 8B? Well, I did pretty well. I came out of Chem 8B with an A. And so the first and foremost tip that I would want you guys to really, really internalize would be this: to review O-Chem 8A. Now, I know winter break, 2 weeks, two or 3 weeks, right? You probably forgot it all. Or maybe some of you are so traumatized that the entire section of your hippocampus dedicated to memorizing and remembering 8A stuff is completely out the window. But I would recommend that please take the time to remember O-Chem 8A. I am a big supporter of the idea that you train hard and you fight easy. So if you train yourself really, really hard on O-Chem 8A, then O-Chem 8B should be decent for you. There will be some videos coming up for review as well, but just off the top of my head, I don't know if I remember the entire itinerary, but remembering things like resonance, remembering things like arrow pushing, right, for reactions like SN1, SN2, E1, E2, those are pretty important. You'll see these reactions come up as well. And on top of that too, things like formal charge, those are really important as well. Additionally, electronegativity. Yeah, I'd recommend you guys also remember that too. This is just a brief list. There will be a more comprehensive list that will be released sometime later. But please do your best to remember these. Don't worry, there's going to be a series of videos that are going to be released as part of this O-Chem series. And on top of that too, I also recommend Organic Chemistry Tutor. Organic, can I spell? Oh my Lord. Well, my major is biology, so who cares about spelling? Organic Chemistry Tutor. Yeah. I'm sure you guys have seen his videos. He's a very, very big science education, STEM education individual on YouTube. And he honestly is my inspiration. OCT, we love him. I have a shrine to him that I pray to before every single midterm. So yeah. So please review O-Chem 8A to the best of your ability. The second thing I want you guys to do is go to office hours. There's going to be a lot of material coming at you very, very fast, and you only have so little time to acquire them. I don't know if any of you are more introverted, that's okay, but I really recommend that you get the time to get to know Dr. Ko, get to know your TAs, both in lab or just anyone in general that can help you with Organic Chemistry 8B. And that's just a general tip for all of life in general. You'd be surprised with how much you are able to learn, how much you're able to, how many opportunities you can take advantage of if you just ask politely. So learn how to ask questions, right? Some of the questions that I like asking is clarification questions. Oh my Lord. Okay. Clarification questions. Oh my Lord. I gave away the next thing. Clarification questions. Yeah. So I always go to office hours, make sure that you clarify the material that's coming up and just ensure that you understand what's going on. This like third thing that I kind of gave it away earlier, right? Leading into that is ask questions. Whenever you are confused about something, do not sit in your confusion and then just let it go. Please, please, please. This is the time to be aggressive. This is the time to raise your hand. This is the time to ask questions. If you're not comfortable raising your hand in class, ask your friend to do it for you. Email Dr. Ko. He gets like lots of emails every single day, but honestly, you're paying for his education, so might as well get your money's worth, right? And obviously, you can ask me questions as well. I am always down for questions. For me personally, hopefully this is the case for, I'm pretty sure this is the case for all the other TAs and all the other professors as well, but there's no such thing as a dumb question. I really don't care what type of question you ask me. You can literally ask me like, what is an electron? And I'll give you like a solid answer. Like, I'm not going to judge you for anything like that. Learning is about, asking questions, making mistakes. So I don't mind at all. So please ask questions. Please ask questions. Please. I'm begging you. And additionally, on top of that too, I had to space out these little close notations a little bit more, but practice problems. So once you kind of understand the material, you grasp it, now is the time to constantly testing your knowledge. I do not want to hear/see or just know of any of you that are studying by just looking at the notes passively. You need to be able to actually sit down and actually do the problems and ensure that you actually understand what in the world is going on. One of the best ways that I've learned when I was taking this class, right, is Dr. Ko will often give you a reaction to memorize or the reaction to understand and be familiar with, right? We'll call this reaction, I don't know, reaction A, yeah? And so reaction A, oftentimes the way that Dr. Ko will present this in class, unless he's changed notes completely, if that's the case, then dang it, I probably have to re-record this video. But the way the reaction works is that he'll say, all right, so when you get reagent A plus reagent B, you will get product C. And like there are some reagents, right? Reagents X, reagents Y that end up turning this into like some sort of product C. Yeah. So the way that I would do this, right, is that I would use something called Anki. It's like a flashcard app. It's pretty useful. It's like Quizlet, but like free and I think more useful in my opinion. And so the way that I would do this, right, is that I would block out certain parts of knowledge, right? So I'll block out this, I block out this. I'd block out B, I'd block out A, right? I'll have flashcards that are similarly lined up like this, right? And I'll have the flashcards will ask me, right, if I am given A and B, right, and it equals C, what type of reagents are they? And I have to answer, oh, it's reagent X or reagent Y, yeah? Or maybe like I'll block off, the product, yeah? And I will ask myself, okay, what is A plus B? And then combined with reagents X and Y, what does that equal? And so you need to be constantly testing yourself over and over and over again. The best way to do this also maybe to study with friends. Oh, my bad. Study with friends. Study with friends. Find somebody in the class who's doing better than you or somebody who just knows more about a certain area of material than you and have them come up with questions to test you. You guys should constantly be trying to, in a friendly and non-toxic way, of course, trying to one-up each other and seeing if you could come up with questions of material that could stump the other person. If you do this, all of this, and you, most importantly, I will outline this in the biggest font that I can to emphasize how important it is, because it really is important. Do not procrastinate. Can I spell? Do I have room? Yes, I do. For the love of Jesus, God, Brahma, Allah, whatever holy entities there are in the universe, please, please, please do not procrastinate. This class will stack on you. I understand that you guys are probably taking the decisions to take physics, or maybe you're like a crazy engineering major and you have like 5 classes, right? But whatever you do, don't procrastinate. Don't leave things to the last moment. Even if you can't study all the things that you need to study, you can set aside at least 30 minutes to an hour every single day, or maybe like every other day, whatever it is. Please, for the love of, please, just don't procrastinate. I've seen it really. I've seen it screw people over, and I just do not recommend it for this class. On top of that too, another very important message is that there's going to be some times where you feel like this class is going to be impossible. And I get it. I was there myself. A lot of my colleagues that are in the class were also there as well. But please, please, please remember, if not, go down fighting. You could have the lowest grade in the class. You could honestly have no idea what you're doing. There could be extenuating circumstances outside in your personal life that could be affecting your ability to study for this class. But whatever it is, do not stop fighting. I believe in you, and you'll do well. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.